take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
Hey guys, welcome to Little Black Book and Dark Arts collaborations. Listen, let me tell you this now. This is our dilemma series, man. You know, I want you guys to send in your dilemmas and all the crazy things that you guys have experienced, but I want to just keep it real. Listen, today's story that we got today, this young man has been hoodwinked. He has been bamboozled. He has been, how do I say this? Gaslit. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a dilemma of a husband and a tale of diabolical deceit and deception. Grab your popcorn, grab a drink, as we scale the universe of Reddit and experience a roller coaster of emotions and pain. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a dilemma series where we discuss the most craziest of relationship stories. Today's story, I'm telling you guys, hold on to your hats. It's going to hurt. It's going to be crazy. Let's have some fun. All right, cool. Let me bring my dilemma on. Before I do, listen, make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, click on that bell button for notification of the uploads. Whew. This ain't going to be easy, this one. Okay, I got to get my little sound effects going on. Beautiful. All right. We're going to discuss something today. All right, here's my dilemma, guys. I'll read it out to you. Here's the dilemma. It goes this. My wife, 32, and I, 27, have been together for about 7 years and married for almost 2 of those years. We are expecting our first baby in late September. We've had problems in the past when I falsely accused her of cheating. That was brought on when my wife's jealous ex-boyfriend sent me her old sex tapes and screenshots of her chats after finding out that we had gotten engaged. It's already getting hot in here. It's already getting hot in here. The event almost destroyed our marriage before it even started, and has definitely left a scar on our relationship, which is the reason why I'm reluctant to confront her about the possibility of her cheating again without any confirmation. I hear it, sir. A few weeks ago, I started suspecting that she had cheated on me when she had gone to one of her OB appointments and the conversation of due dates and date of conception was brought up. In my head, it wasn't quite making sense, as the period of time she would have conceived is when she would have had been overseas without me. Last year in mid-December, my wife went back to her hometown in France to be with her family. Over Christmas and New Year's break. She was there for over a month. While she was in France, her ex-boyfriend, who also lives in the same town in France, had sent me another sex tape that I ignored at the time, believing it was another attempt to ruin her life. But then later, I watched when I started getting paranoid after finding out the date she would have gotten pregnant. I also have reason to believe that the video he had sent was recently taken purely based off the way she looked and certain physical details. I need to find out if she has been unfaithful so I can make some very important decisions in my life before it's too late. How do I ask her if she has cheated on me in a way that won't blow up our marriage and family if she hasn't? What sort of approach should I take when I ask her? Ladies and gentlemen, this is a dilemma of all craziness that I cannot. This is a dilemma of epic proportions. I want to know your thoughts, guys. What are your first thoughts hearing this dilemma straight away? What are your first thoughts? I would love for you guys to put in the chat, because this for me is crazy. Just gonna be honest with you. This for me as a dilemma is crazy. This man has been married to his wife for 2 years, but been together with his wife for 7 years in total. Okay. And then he finds he's actually been sent. I just need to deep this. Listen. I need to deep this. Look, he's been sent sex tapes the first time round by the jealous ex-boyfriend and screenshots of the chats after finding out they got engaged. Okay, so that happened the first time round, and then she goes to the OB appointment and finds out that the dates are not matching. They are matching the day that she was out of the country. And then the ex-boyfriend, who's jealous, sends more sex tapes to him, which is basically revenge porn, by the way, which is illegal, and sends the revenge porn, okay, whilst she was away in France. Okay, things are not adding up. I just need to know your thoughts and opinions in the chat, because what is this fugazi? What is this fugazi? Joy said, my first thought is the OP is letting the ex come in between their relationship. Okay. I hear you. OP's allowing the thing to come into. Okay. Any other thoughts, guys, on this dilemma? Okay. Any other thoughts on the dilemma? Put it in the chat for me what your thoughts are on this dilemma. Because there was an update. I'm going to go and read the update for you guys. Okay, there was an update, and I will read the update for you guys because it gets worse. Okay, so I'm going to read the update. I'm going to read the updates for you guys. Okay, we're going to read the updates because baby, it's crazy in a dunya. Let me get my music going. Okay, we're going to put our, part 2. Part 2. First of all, I would like to thank everyone who commented with advice and also those who criticized my thoughts and actions. Reading multiple perspectives about my situation helped open my narrowed view, and I think it gave me more balanced perspective. I'm not too sure how I should write this update since there's been so much information that was dropped on me. And I'm not too sure how to put this into words. It honestly feels like my life was pulled out from under me, and I'm not too sure how to comprehend it all in this moment. A lot of people criticized me for not telling my wife about the latest video, and a lot of you suggested that I check the EXIF data to see what date the video was created. Following everyone's advice, I did both. I first checked the metadata to see the creation date, which showed that it was taken on the 1st of January 2024 at 1:18 a.m. It was sent to me the 6th of January 2024. I kept it in mind that the people were saying that the data could be easily edited and didn't take the newfound information too seriously, even though it looked like a relatively recent video. After seeing the metadata, I sat down on the couch to tell her about her video. Oof, it's about to get deep. I went into conversation fully prepared with a list of things to say. I had met with my therapist. I made sure to not make accusations or even make anything I said sound like an accusation, and was 100% prepared for her to blow up at me for not telling her about it sooner. My therapist gave me the guide of how I should deliver the information and how I should attempt to give her back control of the situation by offering to show her the video, letting her watch it on her own, and deleting it in front of her when she was ready. I started by saying that I had received another sex tape from her ex, and when I received it, then I went into why I didn't tell her immediately after receiving it or after she got back from her trip, which was from France. After giving my explanation, I asked her if she wanted to see the video, which she said yes to. So I gave her my phone, and she pretty much immediately started the video as soon as I handed my phone over to her, which didn't give me much chance to get up and leave the room to let her watch it on her own. Now, this next part is crazy. Okay, this next part is crazy. Oh my god! As soon as I, as soon as I, as soon as, ooh, okay. As soon as I heard the audio from the video, ooh, you was hearing a tennis match. Hearing the go on, Michelle. Hearing a shot and sharp. As soon as I heard the audio from the video, I immediately stood up and I was turning to walk away to a different room when she grabbed my pant leg and started profusely apologizing. I said, "There's nothing to apologize for. For this was from before she had met me, and I should be apologizing to her for keeping it from her." She asked me why I decided to tell her now, and I told her the truth about my concerns about the due date and how it wasn't quite making sense in my head. And that's when she lost it. She grabbed my hand, kept saying, "It was a mistake, it was a mistake, it was a mistake." And that she wasn't thinking straight because she was drunk. My heart dropped. And I knew instantly what she meant by her repetitive ramblings. I told her to tell me what exactly happened or I'm leaving immediately. Long story short, she cheated on me. And when she went on her trip to France with her ex that was sending me the screenshots and videos, they ended up having sex after catching up at New Year's Eve party they were both at. They're from a small town in central France with only a population of a few thousand. And apparently, they had seen each other at a local supermarket a few days after her arriving at her hometown. My wife and her ex are from the same friendship group, and they all went to the same kindergarten, primary school, middle school, and high school, which is how they ended up at the same New Year's Eve party. She also told me that her ex had admitted to hacking into her Facebook account to gain access to the sex dates she had shared with her other exes. Yeah? Cabro Kotosi Karabashata. Let me read it again. She also told me that her ex had admitted to hacking into her Facebook account to gain access to the sex tapes she had made with her other exes. Although calling what he did hacking, it makes it sound quite sophisticated. She hadn't changed her password since high school, and he still knew them when he still knew them when he got the access to all her accounts. So effing dumb. She begged me not to divorce her and tried to bargain with me, promising that it would only be this time that she'd ever cheat, promising me that she'll be the best wife to me, letting me have sex with her and with any woman I'd like, and even stoop so low to offer sexual acts. I said I would only consider staying if she would do two things. Give me her phone so I can go through the messages and get a paternity test done. She instantly agreed to the paternity test, but she was a bit more hesitant about handing her phone over, but eventually agreed. While looking through her phone, I found more evidence that she had cheated on me on New Year's Day, as well as evidence that she had been cheated on me in other times from her period tracker app. Ooh, girl was even tracking her periods. She used the app to track her periods and sexual activity. I just had to go to the dates where I wasn't in the same country as her to see if she had sex or not. Unfortunately for her, she was very diligent. She was very diligent with keeping a track of her sexual activities. And by this point, I had already made up my mind about the relationship and I just left. I'm currently staying at a hotel and I'll be moving into an apartment that I've been trying to rent out for a while. I've spoken to both my solicitor and my wife, and I've agreed to go to mandatory counseling in order for me to be able to go through with the divorce, which will start in October. We've also agreed to get a paternity test done after the baby's born, and I got my in-laws plane ticket to come to Australia earlier than originally planned, so they can look after their daughter. My freaking word. It don't get any more madder than that. Ooh. Woo. Hey, I need to know your thoughts, guys. I need to know your thoughts because that story, that dilemma is crazy. And if you read the dilemma, yeah, The first time he wrote the dilemma, they all called him insecure. They said that he's doing too much. They called him, they were saying all manner of things about this man, you know, until he gave the update. And then they were like, and then you notice that nobody said anything after that. Only the people that said, I knew she was lying. But the people that were cussing him out, saying he's insecure, he's this, he's that, you know, you got it wrong the first time round. Okay, let me get Jay up here. Because boy, we need somebody to talk some sense in this situation. I can't lie to you. I need to know what the dark arts in the name of dark arts was going on. You know what I'm saying to you? Because out here, whoo, baby. Jay, talk to me. What are you saying?
I just want to say, first of all, hey, how y'all doing today? Happy Saturday to you all. You know, that X is a cold piece of work, baby. You know what I'm saying? That reminds me of a story of this man named Tyler and his ex named Bri. That ex is something wild, okay? That man has been going through her files since high school or junior high or whenever he first met this girl and got her revenge corn all on her and was ready to solicit it to any man that she was with, namely her husband. Like he was breadcrumbing it out. That's crazy. See, y'all got to be careful who y'all side cheat with. You know what I'm saying? All y'all side cheats you just can't side cheat with everybody. You know, some of these people are looking to out you. Be safe out there. All right. Be safe out there in your cheats. And if you feel like you have somebody on the side that might be a little sly or talk too much, just don't cheat. Just don't cheat. It might be easier. I don't know. This is crazy though, Coach. Seriously, on some serious stuff. This is wild. Yeah, this can't be a black woman because black women don't cheat. So there's that. So
I hear it. Listen, I ain't gonna lie to you.
we definitely ain't gonna keep track of the cheat either like this. Like what? You got it on your period tracker? This period tracker doing way too much. It's keeping accounts of who you slept with so you know who the baby daddy is.
Okay, so I'm gonna write it out. This is a good man, Savannah. It's a good man. I'm not messing up with nobody. I don't care.
Well, if she was gonna write it out, she should have write out the secret because it was an ex. She should have just sat there and just waited till the ex pulled that trigger card. It was just like, hey, man.
I'm surprised she gave in so soon. I'm
That's
surprised
what
she
I'm
didn't go
surprised. That's wild. He didn't even out you. He's just like, oh, I see it was before me. It's before me, this, that. But you know, fun story. I found out about my ex through his friend who outed him just to say.
Oh, damn.
There was no pressure at all.
Sorry.
So some people just fold under folding. I don't know because this is what, ma'am? You shouldn't have been cheating in the first place, ma'am, because it ain't made for you. You're not about that life.
God, it didn't cover her tracks at all, baby.
At all. She leaving all kind of paper trails. Like you're doing tapes. Why are you doing tapes? And it sounds like you're not doing them with your husband because he's shocked. He sounds more shocked about the tapes. Poor man.
Poor man had to even listen to the tennis match that was going on. He had to even watch it was his wife. That must be so much pain to know that you have to watch the video to verify it's your wife, and then to find out is your wife being tennis matched,
and then have her watch it again. But you can't even leave the room.
Exactly. He didn't even have time to leave the room. She started playing it immediately. That's when I knew that she was doing. Immediately. You didn't even let him get up. I'm like, babe, do you want to listen to this? Like, you didn't even want to drop that bar. She was like, let me see that.
Right. Like, don't run to the other room.
When she knows she has a history of having those sex tapes around. Maybe. I
don't know if it's the retelling of his story or, I mean, the story is really, really good, but it's just something seems off about it, though.
Anyway, it's probably a bit too storytellish.
Because seriously though, she just like she sits here and watch the tape in front of them, and so in my dark arts mind, if I'm watching the tape, I pretty much already know what I'm about to see. So I'm already sitting here about to be like, okay, this was before you. I don't understand what are we looking at? Like I'm ready with my lies. Like what? And then she's not ready with the lies. She's just ready to tell the truth. And then, but still grovel for to be with him. It's a lot. It's like, what? I don't know, sir. Something didn't quite play out all the way like you saying it did. So I do feel bad that you had to find out as much as you did. That's crazy. That's a lot. And
Yeah,
the
I think
baby
the
might
extra
not be here.
information, and the baby probably isn't his actually, because it probably isn't. To be honest, probably isn't. As well. So, yeah, because I think the extra information he added was that a lot of his friends said that she wasn't good for him or whatever, blah blah blah. So it's one of them ones where the guy, he loved her more than she loved him, kind of thing. So, yeah, see that political one.
Yeah.
But yes, Sean.
What's up, Jay? What's up, Kojo?
Hey, Sean.
Hey, listen, I don't even know how to wrap my mind around these types of things. I just, I just empathize with this brother because he has got to be going through it, because I'm telling you, the way I would ask Jesus to just take me up, let just rapture just me right now, Lord.
Lord, take me now.
Because after seeing video, and Jay, you know how visual we are, like if I were to see my wife engaged in coitus with another man, it would send me to places that I don't want to be. So that's why I would just be like, Lord, Father God, take me up. Just take me up.
The fact that it sent you into the dictionary and the encyclopedia.
Look, that's how you know. There would be no way. I would be no more good to nobody, not even my own self. So just a one ticket, just shoot me, take me up like the Jetsons with the little elevator, take me right up to heaven. Oh God, please, let that be my final destination, because the way I would be looking at her, it wouldn't be good. It wouldn't be good. And God bless that man, because as soon as he asked her to see those tapes, and she was like, sure, yes, no, that would be all I would need. I would be redecorating our house, renovating our house.
What you say?
Furniture
We're
would
gonna
be
paint some
moving.
walls up in here, huh?
Furniture would be moving. Okay. Now again, I'm not saying I'm going to be violent with her, but I would be redecorating our house. We would have we would have some walls knocked down, because ain't no way. Then he said she was crying, and he still didn't get it. It still didn't register, because you know what? His mind just didn't want to believe it. His mind just didn't want to believe that she had betrayed him at such a level. That if this is a true story, God bless him. If this is fake, this guy needs to start writing books, because the details are too specific and too real.
Okay, so since we got you two guys here, I'm just thinking, because I'm thinking to myself as Sean is really speaking. Most of the time, y'all don't even like to believe that your girl had a past. So imagine, like, seriously, how heartbroken he is in his head, because he probably just, in his mind is, even though I know she got an ex, I'm still her first. I'm her first, I'm her last, I'm her everything in his head. And it's just like that picture is being torn all down. Every time. It's like that scene off of The Best Man. When he trying to say I do, and it just keep popping up Mia in his
getting smashed from the back doors. It's crazy. I can't lie to you. I think even from I think from a perspective, can this be forgiven? Can this be forgiven? I guess maybe Sean can answer that. Sean, can this be forgiven?
No, not for me. No, ain't no way. I
You
mean,
ain't gonna try?
I have a hard line at infidelity anyway, and this level of infidelity, yeah, where this because
What's the
like I said,
level?
I'm already very visual, right? So that you were cheating, and it's not like you told me or you admitted it or somehow it came out in some other kind of way. But it was delivered by the person who you were cheating with, and they sent me videos. So yeah, that would be
That's not
nothing
her
that I.
fault though.
Huh?
That's not her fault though that he sent the
Yeah,
videos.
the
you
ex is
you you
diabolical.
you've got to be kidding me. At the end of the day,
Hey,
it is
sure.
her fault because she
P&M.
participated in the videos.
I know, but P&M, it's a dirty world out there. These
What?
men, they need to P&M. You know the men them
You
out
talking
there.
about patriarchy and misogyny?
Terrible.
Yeah.
The cold
I
world.
mean,
That
we,
man was
we could we could be
diabolical,
mad
Sean.
at him too. I mean, listen, like I said, there would be furniture rearranging, and listen, if I had an instrument of mass destruction, he might be on the receiving end of it. I'm trying to use my words wisely. But yeah, I'm still not gonna be with her because she's diabolical. She's tracking her period to know when she can, be engaged in activities. That is
Isn't
wild.
that safe?
Kojo, what's the safety? She's just trying not to get pregnant with her side dudes. Where's the
That's the whole point.
safety?
That's safe.
So
She's
no,
trying
that's not
not to get sick
safe.
from them.
No, because they're also STDs, STIs. That means she's sleeping raw with these guys. Like, what are you doing? Like, what you need to track your period for if you're having if you're using contraceptives?
Double measures.
Get the heck out of here. Ain't
The
no
crazy
way.
part
It's
is
too. Go ahead.
the crazy part is I'll let you finish. But the crazy part is actually the first part of the story is that the ex actually tried to ruin their engagement with sex videos that might not, and those videos, as he was kind of describing, weren't actually from now. They were from before they were together. So it's actually 2 attempts. So the second time she actually gave him the ammo, but he never told her the first time round about the sex tapes. He just accused her of cheating.
That's why I say
Yeah,
that ex
she
is
got a
dirty.
lot. She got a lot going on, and there would be no way because I just can't. I can't trust you. And I mean, I understood what Jay was saying earlier too. But like, as I got like into my 30s, I got over that. You've been with other people before. Like, that to me is like you just have to get confidence and understanding with yourself. Like, hey, a woman has a past, I don't need to know about it per se, and I don't have to
Mm.
get all hung up on it either. And maybe that's because my ex-wife had an ex-husband which she had 2 kids with.
Yeah.
So there's no like if we could never move anywhere, like if I had a constant reminder of somebody else that she's been with, I had to just be like, what, who the freak cares? Like it just
Mm.
doesn't matter. Me, I just need the hard line is that there's no overlap, like in terms of I need to understand since we've been together, like in a relationship, serious, that you haven't been, with somebody else. That's the
But also,
part.
sorry, go
Yeah,
ahead, finish.
I couldn't deal with that. That's the part where I just have a hard line.
That's
Yeah,
fair.
but also the part of that, what I was saying too, is just the fact that he's looking at the images, even if he does know that she has been with somebody else. It's different when I don't have to actually physically see it firsthand. And that's what I was saying, that I can see any man like seeing this, and that whole vision of this is the only woman I've been with is totally crushed in the head, because now it's
Mm.
actual proof that you over here taking it from the back with his hand around your neck and you like it. Like, this is you know what I'm saying? So just imagine just being that guy having to see that, like, your woman that you have in your head, that this is your lady, ain't nobody else touching her. And I know most men, I ain't saying all, but most men be having like this little possessive nature about them when it comes to their woman. So just to think that the first time he's seeing this, even though it's in the past, it still disrupts the woman that he has in his mind. So the ex kind of won in
It's
that
true.
favor already.
Yeah.
And then to find out that y'all still messing.
Mm.
I think he has he got something going on with him because there's a couple of things that just stuck out to me as strange.
Mm.
How he got evidence of a sex tape and never addressed it. It's like he just buries his head in the sand. Because
Yes.
that in and of itself, and again, I'm not blaming it on her, but blaming it on him, but everybody plays a role. And I think like ignoring yourself, denying yourself, pushing yourself, you know, like to the side for somebody else, like there would be no way that I'm going to feel comfortable getting engaged and moving forward with a marriage where somebody's ex is comfortable enough to send me sex tapes, whether they're current or prior. You know, that to me would just be a major pause. And to not even talk to her about it, just like ask her, oh, did you cheat? But like not give the full context of it. To me, I just feel like something's amiss. And then secondly, these people spend way too much time apart. Like, I understand, you know, you don't have to be all on top of your spouse and giving people space, but she has a lot of time and opportunity to be up in these streets. So what's going on? Is he cheating too, or is he asexual? Like something's amiss where she just has an overabundance of free time to just be able to run all over the place.
You tell no lies. You tell no lies. Well, let me bring my second dilemma to the table. Okay. All right. Now, I haven't actually read this one. I just decided to bring this one up to the table. So I'm going to read this one for you guys. Okay. Another stunner. Look, I thought I should bring in, you know, some consistency of some of the topics we're going to be reading today. So, shoot, if you can see that, fantastic. Let me get my reading hat on and my reading glasses on. Okay. So we're going to get our second. Let's get into reading. I'll get straight to the. I am 28. Discovered my wife, Kat, I married 2 years ago, but had a relationship for 7 years. She cheated on me, and that our son Lee is not biologically mine. I was given the revelation by my MIL. I have no clue what that means. I would otherwise never have known because my wife and I are an interracial couple and our child is biracial. Freaking hell.
It's mother-in-law, by the way.
Oh, thank you, mother-in-law. Thank you. So, just turns out that the affair partner and the bio father is also the same race as me. This is diabolical. According to her, my wife confessed to her mother a year ago out of guilt. Mother-in-law wanted my wife to tell me directly, but I guess after failing to do so for a year, she took the initiative to tell me herself. I took a DNA test and I've confirmed that my son is in fact not mine. I've confronted Kat, who confessed to everything. AP, I don't know what that means again, but if Sean maybe knows, I don't know. AP was a regular customer from her retail job. Okay, she claims it was a once-off from a moment of weakness and that she never loved AP and that she ended things years ago. I don't know how she ended it, but it was a one-off. I looked up AP, who has a public Facebook profile, and my son's physical resemblance to him is extremely apparent. Mother-in-law has pleaded with me to stay with me together. Anyway, to stay and try to make things work. I've considered, and I just don't think I have it in me to stay in the relationship. Last week, I consulted a lawyer to initiate divorce. Where I live, it is a no-fault divorce, so Kat's infidelity is pretty irrelevant. But I do have a prenup for all my premarital assets. I inherited quite a lot from my grandfather, who passed away when I was 21. So it's mostly just the marriage assets that will be divided. I've also instructed my lawyer to attempt the process of removing my name from my son's birth certificate. Well, it's not your son, so. Now, I'm not a monster. I love my son, but I'm looking at him, and now I can't get affairs partners get the affair partner's face out of my mind each time I do. I will seek counseling, but there's a good chance this isn't something I can ever get over. I will not completely abandon him, though. You just abandon him. It's fine. You're not complete. You're gonna abandon him. I will not completely abandon him, though. I currently plan to set up a trust account for him with a third-party administrator, so I don't have to personally be involved. Shout out to you. I appreciate it. IMO, I don't know what that is again. He's too young to understand, so I've simply told him that his mother and I have fallen out of love, which is partly true because the revelation has killed my love and affection for Kat. That said, I have written a letter which I have given to the mother-in-law to give to him when he's older, which will explain my side of the story. I've always had a good relationship with the mother-in-law, and I trust her judgment on when the time will be appropriate. Kat, unfortunately, is making this process difficult by telling him that she's still in love with me and wants to stay. So I likely just look like a dad who just is leaving for no reason. So this is my dilemma. My wife is accusing me of abandoning my son because I refuse to give her and stay to try and make the marriage work for his sake. She's unwilling to tell AP about his son, affair partner, about his bio son, because in her mind, the affair partner is not the real father and does not want affairs partner involved in her son's life. Wife has said she's not in love with AP and is calling me immature for not wanting to take an active role in his upbringing anymore. What should I do in regards to my wife Kat and my non-biological son Lee? Mm, 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 mm. Oh, thank you, Sean. Adultery partner, yeah, I see that. I need to hear some opinions on this because this is crazy, baby. What we saying, guys? In my opinion, okay, in my opinion, okay.
This one sounds like another one of the stories that I heard before, like Deshaun and Bree. That is crazy. I heard about this story before. Deshaun and Bri, they have a baby, and it's not biologically Deshaun's. And I feel like this man might want to go that same route or whatnot. I mean, he has the option to stay in the child's life. It's up to him. 5 months is not. I don't know. I don't know what his attachment to it. So it's kind of hard to say. So if he has a very strong attachment to the child, you can work it out as co-parenting. I don't know, but it might be hard because in the back of his mind, like he said, he's still gonna see the other person's face every time. So I don't.
Oh, I think Jay popped out. Sean?
Yeah, this is another one. Ain't no way. I'm sorry. And again, it's the mother-in-law telling him, you know it's bad. And that my mind always thinks, so what else is going on? Because if the mother-in-law, so you telling me your wife's mother has to be telling you this. That means
Boy,
she's sick of her and she
worse.
is low down. Ain't no way. Whenever I hear those stories, that is just so heartbreaking when you hear about especially if the father is raising the child like their own. Meanwhile, baby ain't his, it's somebody else. That is, you know, I don't know how old the child is. I mean, I would never abandon the child, but I'm gonna abandon a wife. I'm gonna abandon a wife. I'm gonna do that. That's what's gonna happen. Because there's no way. You're done.
You're done. Why do we think so? Go for it, Jay. Go for it.
Oh no, I was just gonna tell Sean at the time of this being written, it has baby marked at 5 months. So I don't know how old the baby is now and how long since the dilemma has he stayed around. So
This was 10 months ago. So baby's like what, a year and a bit now?
Yeah. I would, again, I couldn't do that to the child, but I couldn't do that to the child. And like there's so many things like we have the capacity to manage at one time. And I couldn't look at my wife. No, I couldn't look at my wife.
Could you look at the son?
Hmm?
Could you look at the son, knowing that
Yeah,
the
that's what
son
I'm
is a
saying. I would
product?
never abandon the child. I would tell her, you do
But you're
need
not
to.
abandoning a child. It's not yours.
But I'm saying I didn't say my child. I said a child, because
Okay.
I don't know if that child would, if that father wants to be in the child's life or whatever. So I would want to be there for the child. I wouldn't want to abandon the child. I just wouldn't want to do that. My heart is set up. Now, there may be other people they couldn't do it, and I would have to respect their opinion and their decision. But I personally would still, want to be a part of that child's life, and guide
Oh, you
them
still
and
be part
nurture
of
them.
it. Okay, that's fair. Oh, I haven't. No, I wasn't cutting you off, bro. I was saying I just wanted to hear it.
Oh yeah, no, that's pretty much it for me.
I'll be honest with you. I don't know if I can look at that child again. I'm sorry. Now I know the truth. She got to handle it herself. The kid's got a father. It's not me. You know what I mean? I can't look at that kid anymore. It's not long enough for me to have bonded long enough. I can still duck out. Baby's young. He'll be all right. But for me, it's like, yeah, I got to be out. Because every time I look at that kid, I'm going to look at the infidelity. Okay? I'm going to think about the fact that you were getting smashed. That's crazy. Crazy work. Couldn't do it. You know what I'm saying to you? But that's my shallow point of view, obviously, where I am now. So, yesterday.
But honestly, there's no right and wrong for either of y'all situation, whether you choose to stay or go in it, because at the end of the day, the husband did nothing wrong. So it is just at this point, and I don't even want to say it's like a moral compass or anything like that, because it's not necessarily about the morals of a person in this case. It's just what you can morally tolerate that would not push you to the edge. Because you don't want to be spiteful or vengeful or nothing or negative to the child. You don't also want to have that energy just around, trying to stay in the house with the mom and you feeling some type of way around the child or whatever. If you have it in you, the capacity in you to actually still love that child like it's your child, then I would say, by all means, stay in the child's life. But if you just don't have that in you, or if you didn't want the child, there's that side that he may never even wanted a child in the first place. Because I don't feel like this story actually reads like that, but he could still be in shock of everything that's going on. But there's that side. Do you even want the child in the first place? Were you happy and excited that you were about to be a father or not? So all those things still play a role on the fact that the decision could sway either way. And there's really no right or wrong on that person's part. I wouldn't fault him either way.
Obviously, she's trying to make him stay to look after the kid, or to stay in a relationship. Is that relationship over? Is it over? Because the kid.
Yeah.
Can we not make happy homes?
It'll take a lot. It'll take a lot of therapy. I'm sorry, John.
You must be out your mind.
I'm just saying you already staying for the kid, so why can't you stay for the marriage?
For the kid. I'm going to be in the child's life.
Yeah,
and Jay mentioned Tyler. I'm going to be smarter than Tyler, though, because what I'm not going to do is that my name's not going to be in a birth certificate. And if it is, we're going to get it adjusted. There will be no child support. Whatever I do financially will be what I choose to do.
Why is that?
Because I don't want to be financially liable. I want to be in the child's life. But we're going to have some boundaries. Yeah, no. You're not going to get upset one day and I'm going to be in child support court.
All right. I hear that. I get it.
Go find that man. Who produced this child with you? It wasn't me.
Oh man. It's a bind. Definitely a bind. You know what I'm saying to you? Okay, I get that. I definitely get that. Okay, I got another dilemma for you guys. Probably a bit more but not as heavier. Okay. Not as heavier. So got another dilemma for you guys. Okay. Another dilemma for you guys. All right, cool. Here we go. Another dilemma. Let me get my little music going. Dilemma number 3. My girlfriend of 2 years and I recently went through a really difficult time to recently be in LDR. I have no clue what that is. Somebody throw that in for me in the chat. Being recently LDR, long distance relationship. That's what it is. Just cross it. Recently, let me start again. My girlfriend of 2 years and I recently went through a really difficult time to recently being long distance relationship, and also me having some family issues. During that time, she would tell her new friends everything that was going on in our relationship. Hey, I do not know her friends, so the only impression they have of me is negative. I don't like that she airs out our problems to her friends instead of talking to me about the issues in our relationship. I know her friends think very poorly of me, despite barely knowing anything about our relationship. We're doing fine for a little while, but today we got into a fight over her starting a conversation with someone else while talking to me, which cut me off. I don't like feeling like I can't express myself honestly with her for the fear of her running back to her friends to tell them everything so they can trash me from a distance and then take her side. I don't want to have to worry that every time we disagree, that it will lead to more judgment on me. How do I bring this up to her in a reasonable way so she can understand? Whenever whenever my girlfriend and I have a relationship problem, she tells her friends and they talk garbage about me, leaving me to feel like I have to avoid telling her the truth or start any arguments. Okay, this might be a sensible dilemma we can actually add some points to. I would love to know you guys' thoughts on this dilemma. This is actually a really good dilemma. I think this is a one that we can actually talk about. You know what I'm saying? Because this really is a real relationship issue, long distance relationship. You know, he's finding it difficult. They're still young. They're 20 and 22. She's sharing things with new girlfriends that are around her, and he doesn't like it. What is your advice to this young man? What would you say as advice to this young man, Sean or Jay? What would be your advice to help him in this scenario?
Sean, I want you to take this one because I got advice for the young lady.
Damn.
Yeah, no, I've been through this in the
I remember she said
past.
this. Yeah, I remember he said this one.
And yeah, we have to get some ground rules, and if we can't get to agree to ground rules, this is non-negotiable because our relationships should be a safe space. And again, it's not that you shouldn't be able to talk to your friends about the relationship, but there should be boundaries, you know. And unless like I'm being abusive or things like that, you know, or if there's abuse in the relationship, then I think, you know, we should, you know, you should be able to talk about that. That's not stuff that should be concealed. And I think, you know, it's a difficult thing, right? Um, because I don't want to say a hard line either. And my hard line wasn't necessarily don't talk to your friends about us. It was more so, what friend do you talk to us about? Right? Are you talking to friends about us, you know, talking to us with your friends that don't like me, that don't really give good advice, that their relationships are in shambles too? You know, like I think that's one part. And what exactly are you telling them too? You know, I think all of those things need to be considered. And there's a certain part, like you can't, every time you get in an argument with your girlfriend or your spouse, you can't just be, or you know, or a partner, you can't just be running and telling the people because they're good. You are going to likely get over it, but they won't. So I think that's just a lesson too. You just need to be cautious with what you share. And if you got so much to share, maybe y'all need to have a relationship anyway.
Well, damn it, Sean, I ain't got nothing to say to the young lady now. You just said it. No, but pretty
My
much.
bad.
You better talk to the young man now, Jay.
Right. I got to go back to the young man now. Nah, but Sean pretty much summed up what I was going to say, especially about who you're talking to. It's not about you can't talk to the friends or anything like that. It's having a discernment on which friends you can talk to. It reminds me of a story where I have one friend that I can be telling her something that's going on in my relationship, and she interprets it to her relationship and gives me advice from her perspective of that relationship. And it's like, yeah, but I'm not going through those things. You're dealing with a cheater. I'm not dealing with that. So are you actually listening to my story? Or if you're just trying to like pacify your own and stuff like that. Then there's the other side too. Why are you telling these stories? Because are you just telling the stories to actually get advice from your friends? Or are you telling these stories just to be having some girl kiki, I got this fool over here, look at this man type stories with your girls or whatever. And being that he says these are new friends, is giving, I'm just trying to impress these girls. So you're going to lose your man trying to impress some girls. That's you gotta watch out for that. And then some of these girls that you're telling the story is they gonna give you bad advice and then be up on your man. So you definitely got to be careful on who you decide that you want to share your war stories and your relationship with, because everybody don't have your best interest at heart. And not everybody is looking for you to be in a happy relationship, especially like Sean said, if they're not in one themselves. The young man has to figure out why all of the information that she seems to tell her friend is only the bad side. Look at that in two different ways. What am I actually doing wrong that's so bad that you got to run and tell your friends all the time? And then on the other side is, if you look at everything that I do as wrong, why are we together? If you don't have nothing good to ever tell your friends about me, why are we together? And that should be some questions that he asks himself. If she don't have nothing good that she can possibly tell her friends, maybe we shouldn't be together. I'm not the person for her. And that's like an easy way to cop yourself out the relationship. It just be like, obviously, I'm not your person because you tend to look at me so bad all the time that your friends don't see nothing but negativity every time they see me. So, yeah, that's about it for now. If I think of something else, I'll come back.
No, I definitely hear that. Definitely hear that. I think, it's tough, isn't it, right? Because I think for the gentleman, what he needs to do is make it very clear what ground rules he wants to see implemented in his relationship, right? He has to have a real conversation that he does not agree with her sharing this information with her friends because of the output it brings, right? I think he just needs to have a real conversation with her and state that, that when she does do that, how does that impact him? This is part of the having the hard conversations and letting her know that, listen, when you do share those things with friends, how does it impact you? How do you feel about it? You feel betrayed? You feel like, she's breaking trust, and then when you feel those things, what does it make you want to do? Does it make you now not want to share anything with her in future? So now you feel like you're actually shut off in the relationship because you don't feel that you can trust her and be vulnerable with her. This is what she needs to know. So you can let her know the change you want to see is that she keeps information from now on within house. She doesn't tell her friends like that, right? And so that needs to be spoken about with her, set a time, set a place that you guys want to talk this out, and let her know that, listen, for the next half an hour, we need to talk about this issue. I want to be able to share my thoughts, my feelings about what's going on in the relationship and that how this doesn't benefit you. This doesn't help you, doesn't help us grow, and it creates more distance in the relationship. That's what needs to be said to her. And that's what you need to say to her.
Can we also discuss some more things? Because I like that part that you did at the end, but because this is a very hard conversation and a tricky one at that, because you don't want to come off looking like you're trying to control or isolate her either, because that can become perceived some type of way. But you also want to let her know that I do have boundaries and standards. And, if you're not going to tell the whole story of how we get in the situation, if you're going to just tell your truth to make you look good or whatever, we can't be doing that. How do we have this conversation, like you said, start time and place, but then start the conversation, the wording to use that is not sounding like I'm just trying to control and dictate your life and in this relationship.
Good point. Go for it, Sean.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think that, I would also want to have him ask some questions like, and this is where he has to just put himself in her shoes. And that is, what's the reason that you feel comfortable telling them this? Is there something you need from me you feel like I'm not giving you? Like it could be that she goes to her friends because she doesn't feel like he's listening to her. Like she will say a problem or they'll have a disagreement, and she maybe she's not feeling heard. So she's like, I can't even really talk to you about it. So I got to talk to somebody else to feel like, am I being heard, or am I being, like, is there something that I'm missing? So I think he should, if he values her, like really values her in the relationship, instead of personalizing it like, oh, she's not doing what I want her to do, or I'm taking offense, it's like lean into like, what's the issue? Like, why do you constantly have to vent to your friends? Like, is there a way that we could have better communication in our relationship, versus just going and telling your friends all the time?
I think that's great. I think it's a great point. Go for it, Jay.
I know I was gonna say the same thing to Sean. I think that's a great way to do it too. Just coming from her perspective or whatnot. So it kind of brings her defenses down a little bit too. It's just like I'm just trying to get an understanding of why you feel this need, this urge to talk about me in such a manner with your friends. I like that.
Yeah, great point. Inquiry over judgment. So I like that. I like that as well. So good point there, Sean. As well. What if she says, what if she decides that she's not going to stop sharing information with her friends? She feels like no matter what he said, she's like, you know what? I feel comfortable sharing with them. They need to know. Okay, all right. And hey, anything less is controlling.
You know me, I'll pack a bag in a minute. So pack it up. Let's go. Because if we can't, and it sounds cold, but it's an indicator for how future conflict is going to go. Like if we can't find a balance, we can't find some way to manage through something very critical like this, where it is impacting the relationship, right? Because it's not just like he's mad that she's telling her friends are treating him a particular way now too, and it's just now making him uncomfortable. So it's like if we can't find any way, and you're saying I'm gonna keep doing it, okay, then find somebody that maybe there's somebody that they could care less. It doesn't bother them. But for me, it would bother me that we can't find a way to manage this better. And you want to keep doing it, then you just don't value me, and that's fine.
Same, Sean. I feel the same way. I just feel like it's telling me we're not aligned where we should probably need to be as far as making a foundation for our relationship together. You're standing on one side of the fence and I'm standing on the other, and neither one of us is walking towards each other. This is just not going to work. So as much as I need to make a step forward, I need you to make a step forward with me. Sorry, because the phone just rang if y'all couldn't hear me. So I need us to both be like negotiating at the least on, listen, you might not tell all these things, or this is the friend that which one of these friends is you most comfortable, you trust the most, or whatever. This friend is probably good. I mean, it's kind of a hard conversation because it still gets into, I'm still dictating what you're doing. But if you're just like on such a hard stance, I think it's just easier, especially if the relationship is not so deep in, before we start getting ties together, bonded together, like through marriage or childbearing or something like that. Let's just go our separate ways. If we find each other at a more mature state and we're both single and we could try it again, we could try it again. But right now we're not on the same path to start with. Are you
Definitely
muted? Oh, okay.
Yeah, my bad. Yeah, I just realized I was muted. Thank you. Yeah, I definitely hear that. And I think that's some great advice that you guys have given in that space as well. Okay. I've got another dilemma I'm gonna read for you guys. So good shout for you guys. Get another one. Let me go to my dilemma. Okay. All right. Do 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 do. All right, cool. I got another dilemma for you guys. Okay. So here we go. So me and my 34-year-old. Oh, sorry. So me and my boyfriend, Adam, have been dating 7 years. Around a year ago, we decided to open our relationship. We'd been having occasional threesomes and just wanted fun. However, we wound up meeting a girl, and we'll call her Amy. And around 9 months, who we both fell head over heels for. And suddenly, we wanted her around all the time. We felt like for so long we'd be incomplete and didn't realize it. It's been less than a year, but Adam and I can't imagine life without her. That brings us to 4 days ago. Adam and I's anniversary. We didn't know what to do. We didn't want Amy to feel excluded, so we planned to see a movie we knew she wouldn't want to see and just celebrate quietly and treat it as a last hurrah before our anniversary with her in 3 months became the overall anniversary for the relationship. We did tell her it was our anniversary because it felt we did tell her it was our anniversary because it felt sneaky not to. And we value clear communication. Well, movies turn to drinks and we get drunk and touchy-feely. And when we get home, Amy's sleeping. It's much earlier than she would normally be asleep, only around 9 p.m. So we didn't realize she was sleeping and made perhaps more noise than acceptable. Amy wakes up and walks out to find us in a compromising situation. I was on my knees. And asks in an elevated, tense tone, "What the hell are you doing?" I presume she was annoyed that we had woken her up or about what we were doing in the living room. But then she starts crying. Adam and I are a little bit too drunk to really comfort her, but we take her to bed and we all go to sleep. It's important to note that Adam had already left work by the time Amy and I had woke up. And this is normal. He works odd hours. In the morning, I asked Amy what was wrong last night, fearing Adam and I had made her feel excluded. I started explaining that we never meant to make her feel like she wasn't 100% a part of this relationship, and last night was likely the last time Adam and I would celebrate an anniversary without her. But then she cuts me off and asks, "Why were you blowing Adam last night?" Oh my God, this story is wild. You need a mature hat to listen to this story. She sounded genuinely confused. When she asked this question, I started to ask, "Do you mean in the living room?" Or she said, "No, why were you blowing him?" I was confused by this. And I asked, "What do you mean?" She explained that she thought all the affection Adam and I expressed to each other was for her benefit. Bomber clock. I'm sorry. What? I was bewildered. She thought we had been celibate for 6 years. We spent time. Wait. I would have Ross. Sorry. Holy Spirit, forgive me. I was bewildered. She thought we had been celibate for 6 years and we had spent together without her. That we were Buddhist monks. She thought the sheer amount of gay sex she had witnessed between Adam and I was just to turn her on. Wait, the bomber clock. What is this relationship? Blood. Is it a gay thing? What?
This is getting way too mad. I don't. What?
What is two men? Is 2 men and a woman, or 2 women and a man? I'm confused.
That's what it's giving now. Like what?
I should have read this all before I started. I should have read this before we started.
Next dilemma.
Well,
I ain't got no help for this one.
no, wait. I need to read this. I'm committed. I gotta read this one. I'm committed.
All right.
I'm sorry.
Go for it.
I'm committed. This is crazy. Wow. I was not completely. Okay. No, I'm serious. I'm professional. Okay. I was bewildered. She thought we had been celibate for 6 years. We spent together without her. That we were Buddhist monks. She thought the sheer amount of gay sex she had witnessed between myself and Adam, and I was just to turn her on, that those 6 years without her, we left room for Jesus. This guy's funny. Just 2 buddies sharing 1 bedroom apartment 5 feet apart, so it's not gay. I couldn't fathom what led her to believe this. From the day we met Amy, Adam and I have been openly affectionate. I would like to reiterate, she has witnessed extensive amounts of gay sex between Adam and I, and extensive amounts of creative gay sex with positions that left us feeling sore for the days after. God damn, sir. It's a little bit much. Okay. We complained about the soreness to her. We knew that she liked watching Adam and I because after we met her, she had said she liked to see you play together. Surely she didn't think every time that it was just to please her. It's giving narcissist. I can't lie to you. Damn, this is a long story. Blood. How long is the story, boy? Okay. She implied it made her feel uncomfortable that Adam and I are in love with each other and not just her. I'm at a loss for words to express my perplexity at this bizarre situation. This is the woman I want having Adam and I's children. What is going on? This was the woman who says she wanted that too. It's been a few days now and everything is tense. Adam didn't know everything. He's picked up on the tension and asks, I've tried to explain, but he seems even more dumbfounded than I was. Adams asks Amy, and that just confused him more. Amy doesn't seem in a rush to leave. Thankfully, she owns half my heart and the other half is owned by Adam. I can't imagine life without her. I don't want her to be without. I don't want to be without her for the rest of my days. I want the raw, sir. What's going on? I want to work through this, but the situation's so odd. Has anyone else been in this situation at Bice? No one else has been in this situation. I'm so sorry. What's going on, blood? Is man gay or not, blood? It's given Tyler and Bri. What the hell? A man gay or what, blood? Man talking about he's in love with her and thing. What's going on? Talk to me. Hey,
Not these
let me
three
just
sharing a whole life story of the damn.
Bruh, what is going on?
They share their whole life story on the Reddit forums. They trying to change the names. We know it, y'all.
Like this is 3 times you're trying to rewrite the story. Come on, man.
And then on top of it, it's the single white female, the queer edition. What is happening? Like what?
I have no clue what is going on.
Ma'am, you was walking in, you a guest into this relationship. You know, you just barely got your entrance, like your own badge. Calm down, lady. She about to move that man out, but he talking about he love her. Okay.
That's what's confusing for me too. How you love her, bro? You gay? I mean, you love her, but I mean, it's not like you love her. That's what I'm saying. It's giving Brian, and Tyler. What do you mean you love her? What do you mean? No wonder why she's confused.
You just can't get your mind wrapped around that concept.
Okay,
People aren't
here
always
right now.
fixed. They're not black. It's not black and white for everybody.
Just
know?
Sue, her sexuality is on a spectrum.
Definitely.
Oh, my bad.
And so is theirs.
Man, Sean.
Right.
Yeah, no, so is theirs. Like, listen.
No. So you can have a man, Sean.
No, but
you're the spectrum.
but listen, but Kojo, just stop for a second. But I think that's where you have to decenter yourself and not think everybody's not like you. I couldn't be in a
ask you the question.
Right. No, but I mean it doesn't matter because everybody isn't the same. Everybody doesn't engage in things the same way you would. Just like you wouldn't sleep with a man, but this guy is. So not only is he sleeping with a man, he is open and willing to sleep with a woman too. So those are things that are above my pay grade. So I'm going to leave that to them. But anyway, I don't care who it is, whether it's two women and one man with me, and I'm the man. I'm not engaging in poly relationships. I think they're chaotic.
Not even one time?
No. I think
Just
it's chaotic. Not at this age and stage.
Just a little threesome freak off.
No, it's too chaotic, and every time I hear of stories, even they're ones like this, or they're ones from people that I know, it always eventually goes awry. It's never clean because it's too many people in one situation and it's too many emotions. Two people can barely work out a relationship together successfully. The marriage rate is in the tank. You talking about 3? You want to add another into that? Yeah, you got a lot
Three heads
going
is
on.
better than one.
Hey.
Well, I can see how she's confused now. So, yeah, I can see how she's confused because it's given confusion. This whole thing. Okay, he never mentioned he was bi. I'm just saying that. That's why I said he's not honest. That's why I said it's a bit weird. I said he never mentioned he was bi. If he had mentioned he was bi, I would understand. But he just mentioned they're having fun. You know what I'm saying to you? So I was like, okay, well, how you falling in love, bro? Like,
they about to celebrate a whole new anniversary date with this lady. They are definitely liking. They like a little panache on the side. Okay, these men like a little little pom pom on the side. They want. You know.
I guess they tried it and they liked it.
She got that fire.
Well, listen, and it don't necessarily sound like all the men are involved, because listen, Jay, you know that I'm a voyeur, right? So you can watch these little shows that come on Showtime, and these people talk about it. So maybe that's why I have a different lens, because I hear people talking about it, and I see them going to therapy as poly couples, and you hear them, and they got a lot going on. And then it's always not both of those guys. It might not be both of those guys being intimately involved with her either. It might just be one. So, hey, and people that are in that community, they are very free and liberal. So they don't have the guidelines of intimacy and sex like we do. So and not that we all do it, not like, straight people, are just conservative, but
Mhm.
Gay people definitely, the floodgates are open and they are willing to try. They will more easily bring somebody else in before a straight couple would. So I just know I'm not built for that. I have a hard line at cheating, so there's no way I'm gonna want a third person in there,
Mhm.
even if it's a woman. Like theoretically, that sounds fun, but it's too complicated. So I'll pass.
So if we being serious and stuff, and they just
Mhm.
gonna think we're an echo chamber at this point right now. Sean is correct. Like these relationships hardly ever really work once we start introducing people in. We
Agree.
watched it on, yeah, watch it on Couples Retreat with Michael Blackston
Oh
and his
yeah,
lady and
and
whatnot.
thing is, yeah,
Yeah, somebody, it usually goes one of these three ways. Somebody don't want to stop. Somebody falls in love who shouldn't be falling in love,
yeah.
or it's a situation just like this or whatever. It's just like madness all the time. So it's very hard to have a successful one of these because you really have to have real good communication, really both three, four, however many people you got in there, y'all all have to have a goal and agenda that's on the same wavelength. Seriously. Like the ones that generally work out for the best try to leave the emotion part out of it the most and is just look at it as a financial economic type situation and try to do it that way, but them emotions is still gonna creep in some way. So somebody gonna get mad, jealous, is not spend enough time here, there. Hugh Hefner tried it. He tried it with 7, then he went down to 3, and eventually he married his ex-wife. So
Hmm.
he died with her. Like, so it's I don't see it lasting long term in the long haul. And we have the Bible's proof on how none of it never worked then either. So
Mm.
it's for a good time, not a long time. That's all, you know. Uh, mm,
I think they've complicated the relationship and they've added an extra component to spice it, but it's now added complications because this young lady obviously in her mind has concocted the idea that the relationship was to serve her. And that's I think what's confusing. I think she's concocted this idea that they were going to serve her and they was going to be her husband. Maybe she thought they was going to be her husbands or whatever. Do you know what I mean? She will get 2 for 1. But my thing is, like he said, if you've witnessed them be intimate, what would make you think what was really going on at that point in time? Why is she? I want to ask more questions. Why is it that she really is feeling that way? You felt uncomfortable that, and the thing is that she implied it made her uncomfortable that Adam and I love each other. So it's not just even about the sex; it's about the fact that they have affection between each other, and it wasn't geared towards her. So maybe she really. I mean, it's almost given almost like a narc, almost in a sense. But I don't want to say that. But like the way that she wanted the affection from them too. Maybe she felt like it was always me towards her, and the moment it wasn't towards her, she felt some type of way about it being directed to
I,
them. Do you know what I'm saying to you?
I wonder how this dynamic was structured when she first entered, because it sounds like that's been their layout the whole time she's
Yeah.
been there. Is that when she's around, these two are more intimate or sexual with each other or whatnot. And they've probably been telling her that they're not doing things when she's not around. I don't really know, but I don't know how she got that in her head without being told something. That's
Well,
like crazy.
I think it could be like, it could be like a kink too. And I think it's the kink mixed with a little bit of delulu. And people do this in relationships with their one partner where they delude themselves into thinking it's something is one way versus when it's really never been that way. But,
Mm,
delusionally she thinks, oh, they just really love me so much, or they enjoy they enjoy seeing me pleasure so much that this is some level of excitement, meaning but not but ignoring the fact that they had a whole relationship before you know um and from the way he's saying it, he's like, we never gave her that impression, which is why they were like totally confused, like, why are you so upset, like what happened? And so I think maybe she has some kind of like dominatrix kink or BDSM kink or some kind of
mm.
kink involved, where she derived pleasure by seeing them, and she thought that they were also, it was a mutual thing, where that's just her thing. You know, maybe
I
they're
think,
got a little voyeurism going where they like to be watched, but
yeah, but then there's the factor that she's clearly now been living with them.
Mm-hmm.
That they have to even lie to her about the movie they're going to go see just so she won't go. So it's everything that has been done in this relationship has included her or whatever. So it made her feel some type of way. She's probably got the narc vibe because everything was geared to her. And this one night is not. So it could be a mixture of that kink, that the relationship was structured a certain way, and she had narc characteristics in the start with, so they just fed into it. Now it's she full-fledged villain. That's her villain arc story, poor child.
and listen, all roads need to. I think they need to get rid of her before she gets even more tick tick boom. Because
That's what I'm saying, because that pot with that boiling water is next.
yeah, it's definitely coming. I see it. So she's already concocting stories, and they have to hide their relationship. Yeah, I'm sorry. We're gonna have to cut you loose, sis.
And she getting mad, asking questions on how dare you blow your man. Like what?
Crazy work. Fact she's asking that is crazy work.
And she was legit. She was legit concerned. Like what? Like no. Like why? What? Since when?
Yeah.
Where are we
When do we
doing
do
that?
When we do that?
She's like the unmitigated goals. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't even think you liked him. It's like what?
Exactly. I didn't even.
We got some things to discuss.
Yeah, that's some Hannah level Delulu. You just in a whole different alternate universe by yourself. Yeah,
Edge
she
him
gotta
out,
go.
you know what I'm saying?
She's unhinged.
Right.
But reading it again, he says here, Amy doesn't seem to be in a rush. Thankfully, she owns half of my heart, and the other half is owned by Adam.
They got too much going on.
Yo,
They trying to
so
force
whatever
this.
yeah, something's happened between the two of them that has been deeper than. So maybe he's not being honest with this whole story because, brother, she's coming crazy, like she's mad, and I definitely hear it. But how she got half your heart when you were with your man for 6 years?
Because now you're thinking of again, Kojo. Take yourself outside of yourself. This is just like, let's say you break up with your ex and then you get a new ex, then you get a new
Yeah.
girl, right? So you're still but you still have feelings, and it's not like the feelings went away. You still have feelings for your other person. Whereas this isn't an ex. This is his new one, and now they've added an additional. So he loves her. He does need to let that go though. He needs to break up with her because I don't think they're ever gonna meet in the middle somewhere where they can make this work out because she's already appalled that he has a connection with his partner. So he's gonna have to just cut the snake off by the head, unfortunately.
But
Because
sorry, Sean, go ahead.
yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say he don't want to do that though, Sean, because he's not even telling the partner actually how she feels, or nor finding out how the partner feels about her. It don't sound like he cares about how the partner feels about her either too much. It's all about he a little narc too, because he's getting the satisfaction of both of them talking about they each got half of my heart. Yet, how does your partner feel? And you getting how she feels? She don't want you with that man, or she want that man.
Yeah, I don't think she cares about him, the other guy, because she was pissed he was getting getting that work, getting that guac. She was upset. And it wasn't the upset like I wish I was doing it. It's like the nerve of you to be doing it. So they both need to go then. They need to be by themselves. They need to take the 3, do some math and a subtraction and make the 3 to 1. Everybody need to be by themselves.
It's almost like she told that man, "You can't be gay no more. You need to be delivered."
That's right, because you told me you love me. Remember?
How dare you? How dare you, son?
I'm gonna make you straight. Okay.
He said you were leaving him for me.
That's what I'm saying. We agreed. Okay, you want to have a baby? Remember that? Can't do it with him. Can only do it with me. Just saying. You know what I mean? Like, like she's got some power here. it's there's some trip here for her as well, because he said here they've been together for 7 years, right? The boyfriend, the two guys been together for 7 years. However, they met this girl and she's been in their lives for the last 9 months. And he said they both fell head over heels for her, and suddenly they wanted her around all the time. So clearly, maybe like you were saying beforehand, Jay and Sean, that she got used to the fact that actually, you know what, these guys fell in love with me, and they made me the center of their world. How dare you blow him off? I'm the center of your worlds, guys. You know what I'm saying to you? Like, you were doing things without me. You know what I'm saying to you? Like, you trying to X me out of the relationship? Oh no, hell no.
I mean, unless she really does have a strong dom kink, like Sean says, and it's just like, y'all not supposed to be doing nothing unless I say so, the head mistress type thing. Yeah, they need to get rid of her if they can at this point.
Yeah, they ain't gonna end well, because if they're trying to have a kid too, if you think you're gonna own that child, she biologically is that mom. Doesn't matter. And I can see how this gonna end nasty. She gonna be, if she wants to really ruin them, and she got that dark arts on her, she gonna get the one that loves her, let him impregnate her, and be like, "This is our baby." I don't want your partner to see him.
Damn it! This is Brian him again.
Like, this could end real bad. But if she's playing, like, if she's on a dark arts thing, it honestly could work that way. Like, she could start really putting some really big gaps between the two of them, because, like, obviously old guys, and he loves her, innit? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, and obviously they're gonna want a kid or whatever, innit? So it's gonna be a whole beef about it, and she ain't gonna let the kid up, because why would she? That's her power and her leverage.
Triangulation. That's it.
She about to ring them both off.
Yeah. So I definitely would not. This is not a healthy environment to bring children into at all. At all.
I would agree.
Yeah, that's just too much. Because you watch couples therapy before that comes
Yeah.
on. Yeah, so they had, I think the latest season they had a poly couple on there. Yeah, they had a poly couple. So
It was
and
Michael Blackston. Oh,
hmm?
that's couples retreat. Never mind.
Yeah. No, but they had the whole couple, like, versus Michael Blackson and his girl were just talking about it, unless I didn't watch it, so I don't know if the other woman was there. But they had all three parts of all three individuals were in couples therapy together on that particular show. And it was quite a dynamic. It was 2 women and 1 man. And he had his hands full.
Too full. That's the problem, right?
And the only time I've ever seen this somewhat work, and that was in a movie called Savages, child, and they almost all was unalived in that too. So this ain't gonna end well. It's really giving single white female vibes.
It ain't. I hope they update us, because the update will be crazy. I just know that she's gonna get. I can see the story. I can see it playing out in my head that she's going to literally corner that one man. She's gonna be doing. If she's on that wave right now, it's only gonna get worse. I see her like having private conversations with him. Just saying, I only feel comfortable talking to you. You know what I mean? Like, let's have one. Take me out or whatever, because she wants to feel special. Do you get what I'm saying to you? But she always knows that one of them probably likes her, loves her more than the other does. That's how you start driving a wedge. You know what I'm saying to you? And because I said, if she gets pregnant, they're going to feel it. Maybe I'm just thinking a very dark way myself, but I can just imagine myself now, like, just really playing the whole princess card. I need help, but I only want your help. You know what I'm saying to you? Like, you have to hone in on that one person who's a weak link of the chain. You know what I'm saying to you? So if she's already doing it right now, boy, it's gonna be long.
I wonder if that's her way of trying to control who likes who the most, by having it just to be a neutral thing where we all have to be present.
Maybe.
To keep the energy all the same. But it's like, who do she like the most? Which one of them you like the most? Because, ma'am, you like one of them the most too.
Whoever likes me.
Possibly too.
Yeah. That's crazy. That is crazy. Hi. Crazy people. All right. I got my next dilemma. We'll leave that alone. you know, obviously it's our cheating series. So boy, let me get to my next dilemma. So let me get my heartbeat going. Okay. Just giving Petty, he's giving Tim. My girlfriend and I have been together for 12 years a slave, living together for 7. I recently discovered she's having an affair with her married boss. He owns 3 companies and is quite wealthy. Yeah, it's given indecent proposal. She's out of town right now with her parents and her daughter. When she gets back, I'm ending the relationship. We currently live in a house she owns, as I sold my house 3 years ago. So I will just be taking my things and staying with a friend until I get my own place. Financially, I am very stable and will just be fine on my own, as will she. My dilemma is that I feel like letting her boss's wife know about the affair. She will likely divorce him. Maybe she already knows and doesn't care. I don't even know. And take half of the company value that he's 50-50 owner of with his brother. We're talking millions in their share. If I do this, I know it will have horrendous effects on my girlfriend's professional life. I'm pissed. I don't hate her. I just don't have that in my heart. At least not right now. I have an amazing relationship with her 3 kids that were 11, 12, and 14 when we were together. I don't want to ruin that relationship. But I also don't honestly know after this if there would even be a relationship to ruin. I'm not even sure if any of that matters to me. I like to hear people's thoughts on what they would do here. I realize I'm going to get answers all over the place, but I could use some outside perspective. Edited for clarity. She does not know I know. She's out of town with her daughter and parents right now. This drops on Friday. Also, her kids are 22, 23, and 26 now. They all have jobs and degrees and lives. Her oldest called me on the day I found out to invite me to karaoke with her and her friends since her mom is out of town and she knew I was home alone. That's the kind of relationship we have. Aww. Second edit. This has, in fact, been dragging on for months. I have known about her cheating for some time. I just didn't want to get into a huge story on this post. She has been lying to me about it, saying it was just someone else, someone I couldn't confirm or contact or find any information on. It didn't sit right with me. It didn't sit right. It all felt like a lie. I have over a decade invested in this relationship, and since it started, she has been begging for another chance and swearing she would never see this guy again. I decided to work it out. Bombaclot. While she has been gone on a trip this week, I came into information that her affair partner is her boss, the owner of her company. All of the discrepancies and things about her story that just didn't pass the smell test instantly made sense. It being her boss fits perfectly. All of the things I questioned make perfect sense for her to be her boss. In fact, I am seriously appalled. I didn't just figure it out. Plus, my information comes from an unimpeachable source that I will not say simply because if the girlfriend or anyone knows Caesar's post and puts 2 and 2 together, I refuse to betray the trust that this information was given to me with. Wow. Some of these live stories are brazy. I can't even lie to you. Absolutely brazy. Let me get my company in. Yo, talk to me. Donnies, what is going on?
It's giving the family that prays together, if y'all really want to ask me. Y'all remember that movie? That's what it's giving. Listen, she just want to raise, okay? Let that lady get that promotion and y'all can go back to living a happy life, you know? Don't mess it up for everybody. She can give you some of that money. Blackmail her now. That would be my advice. Be petty. Rip it.
Yeah,
The ball is in your court, my guy.
Ain't no
You got
way,
all
Jay.
the ball.
You're
My
mad.
God.
Whew. I don't know. Yeah,
Should you tell them?
he shouldn't do what he first said, which was to out them, because that's gonna mess up, you know, that's gonna really have ripple effects. But he should definitely, let her know, hey, listen, I know you messing around with your boss, and I'm out.
Mm.
And hopefully the kids, now the kids that he's known and now they're adults, hopefully they'll respect him and, they could still have a relationship. But her, because he already made a choice to forgive. See, that's why I don't forgive. I don't forgive and stay. I'm sorry. Because the way my trust is set up, I'm gonna think you still doing stuff. So I just need to move on. And he gave her a chance too. He stayed with her. And meanwhile, she's making it up to be somebody else and it's her boss and they're still carrying the affair on. Yeah, no, there's not too much talking other than I know what you're doing, you know. I know what you're doing and I'm out.
Go for it, Jay.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. Um, Listen, the kids sound like they grown. You can clearly have a relationship without her with the kids, so you don't have to really worry about that too much. Y'all can do whatever y'all doing because clearly the kid, they wait till she gone and make sure that you're still taking care of and come see, be out, hang out with them and all that. So you can still have your relationship without her. This is your second go round, and she didn't respect the boundaries the first time when you took her back. So at this point, sir, it's really up to you. If you want to sit up in it and be bothered by it, knowing that she's going to go to work with the man that she's been sleeping with, then stay in the relationship. But if you just can't tolerate it or whatever, and it needs to be outed, and this is the stance on the last time was the last time, then take that stance. You're free to take that stance. Biblically, it's okay to divorce after adultery, so you can do what you got to do. I just would say you should just go ahead and be petty, though. No, just playing. Don't be petty. Don't be petty. Don't. I don't know. I don't see parts of me. My dark, petty side be wanting to be like, send whatever information you got to the wife, but it might not do nothing. So don't be that messenger. Just don't be that messenger, because sometimes it always backfired on you anyway. So things will come out in due time as they should. Just be at peace. Go find your peace. Don't block your blessings.
Trust me. Also, you don't even know if the wife actually already knows, and she probably doesn't care. It might not care. You know what I'm saying to you? Or she's trying to buy her time. So don't mess up her bag. She might be planning her exit too. You know what I'm saying to you?
It would make me think of that. Yeah. Don't mess up her bag, please. It would make me think of that scene on Blink Twice where, I don't want to give away too much of the movie, but one of the characters wakes up from it because she wanted to stay in the Delulu. She didn't want the truth or whatnot. And sometimes going to that person to tell them, hey, your person is cheating on you. How I know is because this, that, and the third. It don't end well for you because that person wants to be in that delusion. So trying to be the bone collector is not always the best thing. And it can end up getting you unalived in the process. So
yeah,
just move on.
Let it run its course.
Yeah, we see like somebody like Ashley. She wants to stay in Delulu, right? No matter how much information she gets, she doubles down, tells people they don't know, tells people that they acting like they ain't never been married. So hey, sometimes you just gotta let people find out on their own, and you have to manage your own self. And hell, maybe his wife, I didn't even realize they were married. I thought they were just in a long-term relationship. So, but a lot of times now the his wife probably liked the fact that she had a husband, plus she had something on the side. When she doesn't have a husband anymore, she might be the one to go tell her. Now that'll be her business, right? Because ultimately that man don't want her either. Rarely do they settle down with the side chick. It does happen, but more often than not, they don't. So if that's, she might get upset once he leaves her and she's like, oh, shoot.
Hey, that's that other catch to it too, Sean. He only like her because she married. When she not married, he definitely not gonna want.
She gonna be clingy as.
Now you don't have nothing to lose either. It's different when we both have something to lose.
Yep. Now, Miss Pretty Amazing said Martell did. No, he did not. He just he ran over there to Coleslaw, but he was playing around with Sheree, playing around with this one and that one. Now it's Trish, so trust me, he wasn't just with Coleslaw, and he didn't marry her either. So
Yeah,
trust
no.
me.
They'll just keep running back to him just because you allowing them to run back. It's
Exactly.
like the difference is happening with Kurt and Jasmine. Jasmine shutting the run back down, so he don't have nowhere to run back. He gonna have to run somewhere else.
Yeah, poor her, because she's just perpetually being cheated on. She's just like, just please don't let it be consistently the same person, Kurt. Rashida is like,
And don't bring
just
another
move
baby, Danny.
around.
No more baby. The babies are reminders.
Exactly. Get yourself a vasectomy, Kurt, and move around with the cheating, okay? Don't be so consistent.
You got to treat it like the poly relationship. Just keep moving. Don't stay nowhere. Don't let no feelings develop. Mm.
You ain't tell no lies. We've got one last dilemma left, and then we're out.
When you find it, remember you're on mute. Can y'all hear it? Because I can't.
No, I don't hear anything.
How is it a problem? How is it not a fucking
All right, so say what you just said again.
all you do is play 2K, play basketball, and like Snapchat other but stop fucking pointing the camera at me. Like it's not a joke.
And how is me Snapchatting other girls a problem?
What do you mean? How is it a problem? How is it not a fucking problem? How is it not a problem?
Son, you actually have a boyfriend.
Oh
like
my
I'm
God.
beside this.
Oh my God. I have a boyfriend. Stop. I have a boyfriend, but like stop. Like we're not talking about him right now. We're talking about you.
No, you're crazy. You must not know who I am.
Crazy. Stop fucking calling me crazy. Stop. Like you're such a fucking narcissist.
I'm a narcissist.
Yes, you're full of yourself.
How by
You're full of yourself.
I'm full of myself, but you want me to only talk to you while you can talk to other guys.
Oh my God, because you're having me out here looking stupid. Like I actually look dumb.
How do you look?
Like I look dumb.
How do you look dumb when you have a boyfriend? Doesn't make sense.
Because you're DMing like multiple bitches.
Okay.
You're Snapchatting them, telling them this, that, and the third. Like
you
what
have,
the hell?
You have a boyfriend, so like I'm
Oh my God! Stop bringing him up. You're over here trying to gaslight me.
Coach, get out of here with these skits, because ain't no way. That's
For real, because I'm really.
I don't care.
I don't think it's a skit.
That's definitely a skit.
You put the camera to her face and she threw the camera away. I don't think that's a skit,
Skit.
She looked pretty serious. I don't know.
This pepper said, "Stop trying to gaslight me a bit."
There's crazy people out there who do this kind of stuff.
It really is, though.
Well, she needs to seek help. She needs to go see the lady and sit down on somebody's couch, because she is definitely living in an alternate universe. That's
I
crazy.
Insane.
don't know if the couch is efficient for her. We just need to go straight to the jacket.
Well,
Not straight to
listen,
the
there needs to be a path. So she needs to start with the couch, and from the couch, then she can get a pill, and then she can maybe get the jacket.
We already at peel stage. We need the jacket at this point because she mad. What the hell? How you talking about this man got you looking crazy out in these streets, ma'am? You got you looking crazy in these streets. You got a whole boyfriend being mad at your side Negro for having others. Are you paying this man? Unless you paying this man to be your side, one and only exclusive side piece, go somewhere and sit down. Please go somewhere and sit down.
She sounds like the that other lady a little bit. That's the third in the relationship. she's getting she's like getting jealous. What? How you jealous of him moving around?
Is
But
it possible to get jealous though?
huh?
Is it possible to get jealous like that though?
Yeah, I'm sure it is. Yeah,
Definitely, definitely.
I think jealousy is one thing, right? But like she's moved through several stages, similar to Jace. She like jumped to the straight job. It's like it's okay to be like, yo, I thought we had something where maybe she convinced herself like she can't quite get out of her relationship yet. So she's thinking like they're kind of starting something and eventually they'll be together. But he's like, no, I see it for what it is and I'm still want to move around and have a good time. Because to understand, like, you're getting somebody that doesn't mind being the side dude. So that means that their level of loyalty to anybody is minimal. Yours is definitely in the toilet. So it's like, how do you want to make good out of something that's already jacked up? So.
And there's that portion of the cheat game that a lot of people don't really talk about. It's a control thing. I'm controlling and dictating the way I'm moving and living and all this stuff like that. And sometimes I feel like I have control over my side pieces and how they should be moving because how you move can possibly mess up how what I got going on as well. So I need to control all of this. But it's at the end of the day, you really have no control on any of it because you don't have a control over a person in the first place. So that person can do and say whatever they want to do. They can sit here and be like the last relationship and decide, you know what, I want to go ahead and tell your boyfriend. Why you over here trying to worry about what I got going on and who I'm Snapchatting? That shouldn't be your concern because you're not controlling. The one thing that they can control is their emotions, which they're not controlling. You have to check yourself. Like I've been in a situation where it's like I wasn't committed to somebody or whatever and stuff like that, and I'm messing around with them, but I can't sit here and be trying to lock them in when I'm not committed to them. So I had to control my emotions a lot of times and not ask stupid questions like who you go out with, who all these other chicks are not. Don't ask those stupid questions. Ma'am, stay out of his phone. Why are you in there even in his phone to figure out who he's Snapchatting and all this?
But I'm not the dark arts expert, but he also is diabolical too, because he know he could do that Snapchatting on his free time, and I think
Well, Sean, he might be, and some of the
he's
girls is
also
that.
posturing a little bit too. Like, don't think you the only one. Ain't no fun till the rabbit gets the gun. So he's like he's gonna do it all out in the open to show her
Hmm.
exactly. So he's his hands ain't clean either, but she is in the next level, Delulu, to legit be upset when the rubber meets the road.
But his thing too is a reminder to what the nature of our relationship. It ain't that deep, boo. I'm here to service a need when you can't get it serviced at home. That's the nature of this relationship. So I have other people, I have other clients I have to service. You knew this coming into this. And then there's that other thing too, because she keeps saying you making me look dumb. So it's like, girl, this is community pain. Clearly.
But I think
You're
they're spending time together too. So that's why I think the lines are blurred because they were just chilling, just chilling and hanging out. And those kind of situations get sticky. So if it's just a midnight call, then it needs to be a midnight call and we're out. I shouldn't be hanging around you, spending that intimate, non-sexual time where you're able to see me Snapchatting. You're able to see me reaching out to other people. She's probably bold enough to be taking him around some of her friends because Trust me, I've been a side dude once or twice, and some of them,
Ooh.
especially if you're like a nice guy, they'll take you to certain places. You'll go to certain functions.
You even go to some of their friends.
Yep, some of the friends know you. So
Yep.
Oh my God, tell us more, Sean. I'm so fascinated.
I didn't know Sean was like this, Sean.
cut it out, Jay.
Tell us a story,
And
Sean.
then the other
What's the
friends, listen,
story?
I had this one thing. I got like her, but I didn't like get so like I didn't delude myself enough to like be confronting. But I had the feeling inside, like, oh, you gonna take me around your friends? I actually met the parents.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, and then you get the friend, you'll get that one friend that gets in your ears like, actually he'll be good for you, you know, like I think
Yeah.
you should think about somebody like him. That's the guy. Sean is the guy you need. And then you convince yourself, yeah, we could be together. And meanwhile the whole thing is just one big
Cheating scandal.
cluster. It's a cluster ready to explode. But things like that do happen, trust me.
Yeah, I can't lie to you. I do actually hear that still. I think I don't know if that's the same. Do men do the same thing? Because I'm just thinking to myself, obviously, in that scenario, obviously what I've experienced is that the women do bring me around their friends. Obviously, because I'm also I'm a very discreet person. Do you know what I'm saying? Of course, I'm saying it now, but I'm a very discreet person. Obviously, I'm not out there, but you know what I'm saying to you. If I do my things, it's only the people that are in the vicinity know. You know what I'm saying to you. And then when I'm with you, even when I'm in public, I'm very respectful. I don't do touchy feely, get too close. I don't be making certain jokes. I'm not trying to do that stuff. I'm very neutral. You know what I'm saying to you. So maybe that's why I get away with it. But I don't know if the man them do the exact same. Do we do the same thing, Sean? I've never actually done it, so I don't know.
I've never
crooked, I ain't
been
like that.
I've never been like I don't cheat like if I'm in a relationship. That's just not me. But I've been an accessory to cheating, you know?
Yeah.
I've been the accomplice, you know? So I do. I've seen it from my other
Do we
friends.
bring that?
Yeah,
I'm
when
saying
they
that's what I'm saying.
cheat,
Like,
they want
okay.
ownership over the woman too. Like they'll be like,
Yeah,
and they'll
true.
get
I can't
upset
lie
if
to
she
you.
deals with another guy. It's
Yeah, for
probably
real.
worse than her. If Snapchat, he'll full on rage if he sees his, you know, like again. Like you said, these things do happen, but I mean, I think you have to like, you can't get so crazy and just be like, oh, I expect you to do certain things. Like, no, you have to really be realistic with how you're carrying on. And that's what even happened to me in being like him. It's like you can't go down that path because once you start going down that path, it's nothing good that's gonna come out of that.
Mm.
It's cultural asking the question, do men do it knowing full damn well that y'all
I don't even know.
y'all might not out it. No, but you might not out it in the same way that
That way.
she's outing it or whatever. But it goes back to the same thing. It's a possessiveness in you to just think that you own everything that you touch.
Yeah.
Not that is a bad
Oh,
thing
I
or
don't
nothing.
mean
So
that.
it's that same look that you have about it. This is my girl. So my girl shouldn't be, even if it's my side girl, shouldn't
Yeah.
be out here
No, I
giving
get
nothing
that part.
away.
I get that part. I'm saying, have we witnessed men bring that girl that they're doing a thing with around the man them? Because like like I'm saying, like the possessive part, I've done it before. I'm not gonna lie about that. Because if I like you enough, it's almost like I like you above all the other things I'm beating. So I need to keep you exclusive. Like I want you for myself. But I'm talking about, do the man them do like what she wants to do, which is like Sean
Yeah.
was saying, like bring the
Yeah,
girl
because
around other
remember,
people.
a lot of
I'm saying,
times, like the guy's mothers will know that they're cheating on
oh
your
yeah, I get
girl.
you.
Yeah, and
Okay.
look at Tyler, like what he did. Like he brought
Yeah.
his fiance to the gender reveal, and she didn't even know that he was the pappy. You know what I'm saying? Like, so men,
That's
we
wow.
probably wilder because we could do some brazen things. We hide whole families sometimes, you know? So you know, just like women will hide a pregnancy, men will hide a whole family, and only certain family members will know about it.
Just I've never seen it personally. That's why I was asking. Yeah, because I've never actually seen any of my man them bring a girl that they're doing a thing with and bring her around the man them. If they're the ones that are in a relationship cheating, do you know what I'm saying
Because
to you?
they know
Like,
you gonna snitch. You done told them all many
yeah,
times you snitching.
true.
Oh
They gonna
man,
bring
Nigga,
them around too.
I can tell you,
nigga,
I
what?
done met several side things.
What you doing, boy?
No, I'm not saying it wasn't even me.
No,
To
no,
be
I'm
like,
saying.
yo, just roll with me. Like one of my boys would be like, oh, just roll with me real quick. I'm going over to XYZ's house. Or I left something over here. I just need to go pick this up real quick, but I need you to roll with me because I'm the cover. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I've seen it. And again, this is way many moons ago, you know?
Bill Bellamy, how to be a player.
So everybody needs their cover, so yep, they will do it. And sometimes, like, how do you think it happens when guys will mess with another girl's friend?
Did I
That's
send y'all that little skit that today where it was that same thing, or did you send that to us, Kojo? Yeah, you sent it to us where he caught the girl, his homeboy's girl out with another man, and then gonna push up on her. Oh, did my thing cut off?
Yeah, no, I don't remember that. I think Kojo's. Oh, it's Kojo.
Oh, it's Coach. Oh, okay. No, I
Yeah,
think
no,
he sent it in our group chat today.
I didn't see it.
Or whatnot. It's a whole little skit though, but he see his boy's girl out with another man, and then gonna try to blackmail her, talking about what's up with us though. Like what? And then meanwhile, this man got a girl at home, but he out with another girl when he catch her. It was crazy.
It's the duplicity. Like, let's just make this even more crazy.
Right. Get home, tell his girl about it. Like, I was out as Top Golf with the people at work. And guess who I saw? I'm gonna call him and tell him. I said, ain't this something?
That's wild for me. I think obviously just for me personally, um I've just never thought to myself, if I'm doing a thing, if I'm doing a thing where I'm the one that's cheating, I just never thought to bring her around the man them. I just couldn't do it. Do you know what I'm saying to you? So for me, I'm just like, yo, that's a bit wild. You know what I'm saying to you? But obviously I've been the guy, like Sean said, number two, where they brought me around friends and all them kind of things there. You get what I'm saying to you? I think that's the wildest thing to do.
Yeah, I think you're similar to me in that you're not really, when you're in a relationship, you're not really like a cheater at heart. So your
Yeah.
mind wouldn't go to that place, you know? So, it's just like if people that are like serial cheaters and get down like that, they just they move mad completely. There's not even a thought. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, they don't.
That's fair. I get that.
Plus, the bringing them around locks in that deal on securing that other person a little bit longer
True.
or whatnot. Because it's like, oh, that person feel like they in, especially if this is a person that they definitely want to keep or might transition to one day. It's that soft transition. Let me start bringing you around some people, see how they like you, take to you, see if they tell me they like you more than who I'm with. It's crazy.
And that's why the poly people be saying people that are monogamous are more poly than they want to admit, because people be carrying on like that. They'll be having 2 and 3 real relationships, like, loving the person, doing all that. They're just doing it behind closed doors and a little discreet. But it's technically the same thing, except for somebody, not everybody knows, or people don't want to know.
Mm, no, I hear that still. It's interesting though. Actually, this is interesting. I think this obviously with dark arts today, innit? But it's just interesting to kind of hear different perspectives on that because, like I said, you depending on what side you fall on in it and what you've witnessed. You know what I'm saying to you? The world is a very cold place, man. You witness certain things, and you're like, damn. We do all have a period of moving mad. You know what I'm saying to you? And obviously, if you're the number two or the side dude, I'm not I can't say I'm better than the person cheating. I'm aiding them and abetting. You know what I'm saying to you? I may not commit the crime, but I'm aiding and abetting, knowing what I'm doing. Do you know what I mean? So I also got to be responsible for my past behaviors and stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And that other part, why I'm also back to that other scenario where it's like, be careful of what you tell your friends. Because I was also um, definitely guilty a lot of being not a full-on side person, but even like the emotional part, where you're taking the emotional labor from the other, your friend that's a woman, her relationship.
Mm.
So she's offloading a lot of that onto me, and I'm like, feeling good. I'm feeling good about it. We're talking all
Yeah.
about this, and she's telling me all the details and what he's doing and what he's not doing, and and kind of like, tell me what you think about this and what would you do about that. And then I'm just like doling out all this good advice, and it's feeding my ego because she's in,
Mm-hmm.
like, that's dangerous too, which is why all of that information being shared, even if it's with a platonic friend or female friends from women, like, it's still dangerous when you're offloading too much of your relationship onto somebody else that's not part of that relationship. So that's why I also have a sensitivity, because I remember one time, one of my female friends, her her boyfriend got so upset because she was like, he kind of knew, but he didn't know, like, he for the most part he knew that nothing really ever physical happened with us, but he was like, I just feel like this guy knows too much. It's like, why? I could just see the connection you guys have, and it just makes me uncomfortable. Like, he just never likes me. And looking back on it now, I understand. Like, I was like, why does this guy like have such a problem with me? And just looking back on it now, I'm like, now I get it. I get why he just really didn't like me, because yeah, it's somebody having too much access. So
Yep.
it's dangerous, whether it's physical or not. It can get there, but even if it hasn't, it's still, the emotional part is almost even worse.
No cap, no lie. No cap, no lie at all. And I think that's a big thing as well about having access to people's relationships. That sometimes sometimes women, for us as men anyway, share too much information, and get too comfortable sharing all the information. In fact, it becomes emotional adultery. It's just like you're sharing things with me that you probably haven't even shared with him yet. And of course, sometimes, a lot of times it starts off innocently. You're just trying to get a basis or an idea about, maybe something that's happening in your relationship. You want something that's going to help you. You know what I'm saying? You trust me, and vice versa. And so sometimes it can be a boundary that are getting crossed, in that immediate time, because what's happening is people are having a conversation and they're sharing things with you as a friend, and not realizing that they're just stepping over that boundary. I think obviously, like you said, Sean, as well, it feels good as well when they reach out to you and they confide in you and they're just trusting you, and just, you give really good advice to and you're like, yeah, you know what I do, like, it does feel good. You know what I'm saying to you? So that's why, like you said, we've got to be accountable on both sides, because in reality, you are getting something from it as well by being in that place where you're kind of, you know being a listening ear, to that particular person as well. So definitely hear you on that, man. Do you know what I mean? I've listened to a few stories in my time. I'll tell you that for sure. Mm. Mm-mm-mm.
Yep. And when it gets too far, because then, like, they'll start with like a little story, then next thing you know, they're telling you about something intimate wise that he
Yeah,
did that they didn't like, or
yeah.
I wish this, and then you're like, ooh.
You go a bit deep.
It's like we're going deep, and then before you know what, you're telling them, well, this is maybe, like, how would you feel about this, and would you like that? And she's like, yeah, I think that's
That's when it gets dangerous, line of
ooh.
blood.
It starts going down here where they start asking you, well, what would you do if you was him? Uh-uh.
Uh-uh.
Yep,
Uh-uh.
that's it.
Uh-uh. You ain't about to rope me in that.
No,
Mm-mm-mm.
no, no, no hypotheticals.
Right.
That's it. No
I
hypotheticals.
remember, Kojo, you remember this story. We had a friend, right?
Oh yeah.
We were having a chat, and we were all in a group chat, and she started asking all the fellas, like, how big our bleep bleep is,
And I was like,
and I was like, yeah, no, we don't do those kind of hypotheticals around here. we
that's
don't we
nasty.
don't do
That's
hypotheticals. Either we in person, or we about to do something, or you don't need to know, just
Yeah,
imagine.
what you asking these questions for?
you trying to get
you
a little
know
taste.
we
You
don't need a
plotting?
hypothetical demeasuring. No, 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 that's
You
good.
trying to
I'm
get
good,
you
you're
trying to get
good.
I just want to see something. Uh-huh.
like my ex just always no. Mm-mm-mm. Don't start that. Don't start that now. Yeah, you're right. That's the slippery. That is the slippery slope, and maybe that we can talk about that maybe next week, as well, about the fact when it comes to those, um, friendships, or even just close quarters, relationships where you do have an opposite sex, where it can get a little bit slippery, and just having to just be aware of those little things, because like the dude, like obviously you have to think about the other dude as well, like and make sure that you're just kind of being respectful as well. So I get that as well, you know. Yeah, I get that. Like I said, being after you've been a side dude, like you see the world completely differently, man. You know what I'm saying to you? You just you see the world differently, you know. And I think for us men as well, sometimes, well, you know, that thought process of women are just innocent butterflies who don't do any doo doo. Goes right out the window. You're gonna see some carnage. You're gonna see some real stuff. So yeah. But listen, we've reached the 2 hours mark, so we've reached the end of our time. So listen, we're gonna bump out. Listen, audience, it's been amazing. It's been fantastic. All right, as you can see, we've got a 100 club on next month in December on the 5th. We'd love to see you guys there as well. Love for you guys to come through as well and be a part of the conversation behind YouTube. You know what I'm saying to you? So we're having those conversations on Zoom, and we're having some really great conversations. So we're having really great conversations around relationships, marriage. So if you want to be able to be part of that, make sure you are signed up for the 100 Club this month as well, man. Bring a friend as well, because we like to have fun, okay, and have real conversations as well. All right. Anyway, let's get out of here because it's late. I appreciate y'all. Stay locked, stay loaded. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. I appreciate y'all. Baby, yeah.